Lifechanyuan is a self-contained and Siefeng. Siefeng. February 11th, 2020. Translated by Qin Yu and edited by Kayer. From theory to practice, Lifechanyuan has formed its own complete system. From the origins of the greatest creator, the universe, life and life, to the developments of time, space, life, and thinking, it has its own interpretations and explanations. From the understanding and revelations of Tao and heaven to the ways to enter into higher realities, it has its own detailed explanations and routes, especially with reference to people. These include how to do each of the following: repay debts, end secular ties, accumulate merits, perfect life's non-material structure, climb the peak of life, reach heaven, approach the peak of life. Lifechanyuan has formed its own system with its own set of theories and from practical experience. This system is unprecedented in history and surpasses all existing religions, political ideologies, and national doctrines that humankind has reached, as well as all existing scientific, philosophical, and theological interpretations. Not only does it represent the crystallization of thousands of years of human wisdom, but also the integrated theory of the teachings of gods, Buddhas, celestial beings, saints, and sages, and especially the practical activities of Lifechanyuan, which illustrate perfectly how people in society, and people in nature can live in harmony, and it showed perfectly how people can have happy, joyous, free, and blessed lives on their life journeys. It can be said with certainty that no people, theories, or practical activities will surpass those of Lifechanyuan within the next millennium, and such being the case, that Lifechanyuan no longer seeks cooperation with or participation in any activities of the United Nations or any countries, political parties, religious groups, organizations, or a multitude of various types of communities and individuals. Lifechanyuan is self-contained, self-growing, self-developing, operates on its own system to the greatest extent, and exists and develops independently from the outside world to the greatest extent. If we do not ask for favors from others, then we will get along well with each other. If we do not drink, then we do not need to worry about the price of wine. Super celestial beings' characters are self-consistent. Lifechanyuan will realize self-consistency. This self-consistency is not an absolutely closed system, but an open one which opens to lives at all layers of the universe, to all countries, races, religions, and cultures around the world, and to every citizen of the planet. However, this opening is not to incorporate everything into Lifechanyuan's system, but to absorb the essence of new discoveries and new elements based on facts, science, logic, and spiritual perception that are suitable for Lifechanyuan's view of the universe, life, and value, to continuously refine and perfect the intentions and extensions of Lifechanyuan, and to further civilize the practical activities of Lifechanyuan. Chanyuan celestials are the cells of Lifechanyuan's body. From now on, all Chanyuan celestials must be healthy cells that conform fully to Chanyuan values and requirements. To become a Chanyuan celestial, everyone must meet these standards. They must have no secular ties or debts. They must not be in a marital relationship. They must not consider themselves great or special. They must not be arrogant or self-centered. They must not engage in any sneaky or furtive activity. They must not deal with spirits and deities or fortunes and disasters. They must not behave in an uncivilized manner. They must pay or dedicate to Lifechanyuan. Lifechanyuan could stop developing or even disappear, but we will never lower our standards. As long as there are at least 30 standing celestials, we will always exist. If people fail to understand Chanyuan values and the life mode of the new oasis for life, or even abuse, insult, attack, and suppress Lifechanyuan and the guide, that is their business. And whether people are willing to become Chanyuan celestials or not, that is their personal decision. Lifechanyuan will never lead or recruit anyone to become a Chanyuan celestial. Chanyuan celestials must be born as such and not be guided or coerced into joining. Lifechanyuan only publicizes its values and the life mode of the new oasis for life through internet media. and never through gatherings, leaflets, or visits. Of course, we welcome those who want to visit, study, exchange, and explore our community. Within Lifechanyuan, the same requirements apply to all Chanyuan celestials. Even after one becomes a member, we never force, coerce, restrict, or even ask them to remain. Chanyuan celestials always enjoy the freedom to say and do whatever they choose. They come to Lifechanyuan of their own free will and are always welcome to leave the same way. Lifechanyuan would never beg anyone to stay or set up any obstacles, checkpoints, or roadblocks. Everything is voluntary. However, when a Chanyuan celestial drops below the standards of a healthy cell, their celestial name will be withdrawn and the community will no longer have any relations with them. Lifechanyuan is a system that always follows Tao, the way of nature. Therefore, it has never held any religious ceremonies or participated in any political activities, and it must never do either in the future. I hope that people will not judge Lifechanyuan based on their traditional beliefs and standards, because Lifechanyuan system is a new one that has never appeared throughout history, but it is paving the road that will take humankind into the future. Therefore, no one should ever come to preach unnecessarily to us or to instruct the Chanyuan guide on how to direct his followers, let alone to use their knowledge, experience, and wisdom to guide us. We do not deny that there are competent people beyond competent people and heavens beyond heavens, let alone deny the existence of sages, saints, and prophets whose wisdom and abilities far surpass those of Siefeng. But when you become a Chanyuan celestial, you must either follow the guide every step of the way or ignore the existence of Lifechanyuan and follow the path that is right for you. Let us keep things simple and easy for both of us.